118 countries have a higher death rate from malnutrition than the US. But 53 countries have lower death rates from malnutrition. We don't do as well as Japan, the Czech Republic, Iceland, the Bahamas, Canada, the Netherlands, Poland, Cuba, Italy, Spain, New Zealand, Lithuania and Slovenia, Macedonia, Malta, and especially Croatia, where nobody dies from malnutrition. We can attack hunger and eliminate it, or we can wait until hunger attacks and eliminates us. On any given night, a great majority of people in America go to bed with their stomachs full, their kids satisfied, and their hope in the next day intact. We believe we have also taken care of those who aren't so lucky. We've created a social safety net to catch those who can't make it on their own. They too can have enough food for themselves and their families. But the problem is, it just isn't true.
As much as I'd like to say that the Great Recession is over for struggling Rocklanders, it isn't. We continue to see an increase in the number of people that come to us for help. So obviously, although the recession has cleared for some, it hasn't cleared for those who are our most vulnerable.
Our system has failed on so many levels and in so many ways that nearly 50 million people in our country now require some kind of emergency food aid. 50 million people. Single mothers, heads of households, veterans, senior citizens, people who never needed it before, and people who don't have any idea how to get out of the trap they find themselves in.
I'm a teaching assistant. I've been a teaching assistant for 14 years, and I struggle every day with putting food on the table for my children. And our system tells us that if I don't work, that everything will be handed to me. And that's not what I want for my children. That's not what I want for myself, but that's not what I want for my children. I am blessed with a job, but it's just not enough to support me and my two children. And I don't want to sit home and collect from everywhere. I want to be a role model.
We've shredded the safety net that protects us from poverty. The federal government will declare a family of 4 impoverished if they bring in $23,000 or so per year. Then they get the full benefits. A minimum wage job earns about $15,500 per year. 2 minimum wage jobs in a family will earn about $31,000 per year, but will likely result in the elimination of some, if not all, benefits. So they're trapped. If they don't have the opportunity or access to considerably higher paying jobs, they will not be able to absorb the loss of benefits that working will result in.
Hunger in any family shouldn't be. The program helps those families that are single parents who can't really provide for their family like they should, and that extra goes a long way, and it means a lot. Like myself, I'm a single parent, on a fixed income, so you live by your means.
Under our system, people will slide into disaster while they are trying to lift themselves out of poverty. We can help make sure a family will be able to eat. Your donation of just $80 makes sure that a family of 4 can eat for 2 weeks. A donation of $160 will assure that family can eat for a month. $500 assures that there is a 3-month supply of food for that family. $1,000 guarantees they can eat for 6 months. And $2,000 will help assure a family of 4 can eat for an entire year.
I've been coming to People a while ago, and I came because we have a problem at home with the food. And someone told me to come over here because they can help me out. And I came, and they opened the door for me. They say, we're gonna help you. We're gonna give you some food. You need that? And I said, yes, I need food in my house.
Hunger is particularly devastating for children. Children from poor backgrounds lag behind at all stages of education. More health issues will arise from foods that will fill them up, instead of foods that will make them healthy.
They give a lot of fruits, they give a lot of fresh vegetables, and that I love because my son is kind of picky with vegetables, but I can, integrate those with what I have home, and it really, I could just put it all together, and he can get that nutrition that he needs, because sometimes I really can't afford to get all, the fruits and vegetables. They're very expensive.
In the United States, the cheapest and easiest foods to get, are also the least healthy. In Rockland County, 30,000 food insecure people live here. That's 9.5% of our population. When kids get the food they need, they do better in and out of the classroom.
Hungry children can't learn. Kids who can't get a good education will not be able to get jobs. And where does that leave us as a country? Where does that leave us for our future? If we can't make sure that every child has a healthy breakfast, healthy lunch, and a healthy dinner, we are jeopardizing the future of our nation.
Hunger is a complicated issue. Feeding a hungry child is not. But until we can afford to make that happen, it is up to us to make sure we can avoid the life-inhibiting effects of hunger here in Rockland County.
I always gonna pray for this place to not be closed because a lot of people need things.
It's the last place they want to be. Coming to a food pantry is the last thing they want to do. But they have to come here. And we're here to treat them with consideration and courtesy and respect so that they can put food on their tables. These are vital members of our community, and we need to do what we can to help take care of them.
I have 2 kids that don't need to know that mom struggles. I don't know what I would have done without People to People, to be honest with you.
Help us to give a child, a senior, a single mom, a veteran, or anyone else in need food today. Help give someone the way forward, a lifeline before more of our neighbors slip into the quicksand of poverty.